boost to their early power in terms of those skirmishes, whereas the Scion can offer you some of that on that first Rift Herald fight, but you're really playing towards that later game, the Senna scaling.
Because Hecarim's not going to have a lot of help from the rest of his laners, theoretically, if the lanes go the way they're supposed to. And here we are, into game number 1. KT versus Nongshim Redforce. Still will be able to continue a lot of pressure here as Gideon, not quite able to steal that one away. There's no flash available, of course, just has to try and ghost at Peanut, but he does have to flash his way out. Still, it is going to be Infernal Soul lockdown. Monk W's in the chat for the possibility of souls here.
This is really aggressive.
Yep, the wraparound does come through here as Bay flashes. Gideon unable to get on top of him, unfortunately, especially with the tower getting angry at him. So
the timing I was talking about with Rich here on this Aatrox, like, I don't think you want to, especially now, contest the Rift Herald here.
Oh no, knock-up comes through. Rich with the World Ender, but Bramblevest, like we were talking about, already there, denying a lot of that healing, and there's the knock-up and a very comfortable kill.
If you don't have the Aatrox up there to actually skirmish.
Peanut. He's level 7, so able to do a lot of damage there to Noah. He's now looking to try and get out. Super Mega Death Rocket! To the Devour. Beautifully timed there from Zeus.
Almost had a heart attack. Duckdom is getting so much gold out of this, though. They're not trading, an objective for the Herald, but they are trading a lot of turret plate gold here, with Peanut just camping this lane. Zeus is isolated.
Yep, Noah and... Dove actually moved back towards the mid lane, so that is going to mean a dead Tahm Kench. They still have a composition that scales very, very well, but still you don't really want to see that. Shockwave is going to pull back Bay, and the Devastating Charge going to help as well. As there's the Dawning Shadow, that's going to help get a bit of an assist there for Noah, and a very easy kill onto the victim. And also in the Death Chamber, does make this pretty easy, especially when Rich is pushed all the way up towards his turret.
To try to save this turret, which means he's not in position to actually stop this Drake, and Peanut, once again, just really flirting with the line here.
Actually, such as this Hecarim as Kellen. Oh my god! The amount of follow-up damage there, and the Ignite down onto Noah as well. No Devour from Zeus, able to actually find the value. Super Mega Death Rocket, eaten once again by the Tahm Kench. As you can see, Noah knew exactly what was going on there. He's like backing in the weirdest spot he could find. So hard for Nongshim. They have 3 big tanks with the fact that the Tahm Kench is getting farm. And now Nongshim in position for this theoretical team fight. Okay, there's the Pulverize, only under the horse. He'll get devoured as the train, not able to get too much work done. You see Duckdom trying to get whichever auto attacks he can find, collateral damage, just to tell KT to leave the area. And that is going to be soul point available for Nongshim.
I mean, look at how little so. Okay, this is a trap.
Yep, Peanut trying to demonstrate his power right here. Collateral damage almost finds him as he's burning down with the red buff, and will have to get out of there. Command Protect from Dove. Break not yet started on both sides. Shockwave at the ready. Peanut down to 50% already. Duckdom will turn up. Now Nongshim searching for a bit of poke. The Infernal Chains are going to land as Doran gets pulled back. Kellen getting on in there as Peanut off to the side. Not actually able to offer too much damage as Gideon has to ult out of the pit. In goes the train as it's blocked by the cow immediately, and Peanut finally gets over the wall. They're looking to lock down this Drake as best they can. As you can see, Duckdom able to free hit relatively well, and now Rich looking for more of these options. Shockwave lands is going to take out the Aatrox, but there's the Mountain Soul, and Duckdom is free hitting. Doran flashes the wall. Noah is extraordinarily low, and Duckdom should now be able to get excited, chasing after Dove. Zeus is now in trouble. The Flame Chompers will say no to the Tahm Kench, and Peanut also denies him. No triple kill for the Jinx, but a big fight for Nongshim.
Oh man, and Nongshim essentially won this fight 4v5. As you mentioned, Peanut was on the side of that Drake pit, not doing any damage. He was just ready to jump.
Move him into the correct position and fear him out of the fight as well, as Gideon looking for that right now, as there's the Onslaught of Shadows, but he's stopped. And Duckdom trying to get out of the way, but the cow blocks him. Now Rich finds the backline. Not a lot of follow-up for him, though, as he flashes to try and get out of the way. Sterix is really good, but it ain't going to be good enough. Rich tries to be the hero. Unfortunately, dies on the stage.
And now it's a barren opportunity for KT. No vision for Nongshim.
Yep, down to about half right now. It is going to be a turn from KT, of course, as Duckdom trying to get in position. Kellen with a massive 3-man pole, but the 3-man Shockwave to answer it, but the follow-up once again just isn't there as Duckdom locks down the kill under the Tom Kench. Noah, no options. Bay's gonna snipe him, and now Peanut finds himself on a blue buff. It's a double kill for the Jinx once again, and Nongshim, they once again pull the rabbit out of the hat.
I mean, what a fantastic play from Kellen. This guy has been so good on this Alistar all night long. And you look at the situation here for KT, they had all the advantage. They had vision control. I mean, this is like an unlosable fight practically, and Kellen has one big play, and Bay is able to just free hit. Bay is doing so well, you know, and this is a player that we've criticized a lot, especially on champions like Victor, where you have to really be at the right place at the right time.
Yep, that's 5 people on the bottom side of the map, but he just wanders away. Elder Drake now available, Onslaught of Shadows. In goes Gideon. They do manage to lock down Peanut, but Bay, Doctor, both of them still alive. Free hitting is the Jinx's Doran, standing his ground for a long time, but does have to flash his way out. Now there are no ultimates available for KT.
Nongshim should fight for this choke. They should not let them funnel through here.
Certainly takeable for Gideon. And Nongshim, they have to win the fight. They're not going to be able to win any sort of damage battle over this dragon. Range advantage should be there for Doctor, but can he stay out of the way of all of the threats on KT's side? Doran once again finds himself off towards the side as Gideon gets on in there, but the pulverize again from Kellen. This guy has been too good. Double kill for the Jinx straight out of the gate. Both tanks dead. Smite dead. Elder Drake definitely dead.
This should not be happening like this either. And the tank line, Doran is doing exactly what he's supposed to as another pulse comes through.
Kellen is just too good, Wolf. What is this?
Insanity.
Now going down extraordinarily low. Noah's limping away. Dove doing the same. Rich is angry. As Peanut's going to turn up, gets the smite in the end. It's 7,000 gold in the lead for Doctor. He is just massive this game as Dove caught in the wrong place.
That's game.
Yeah, that is going to be game. Rich is going to be able to lock down that kill on the Orianna. This turret goes down extraordinarily quickly as the minigun is just gone burr at this point in time. KT just have to look on as their Nexus turrets fall to the wayside, and all of our teams with playoff contention are biting their lips right now, Wolf, because Nongshim are 1 win away from all but getting themselves to playoffs. Still a small chance, of course, if that happens, for Live Sandbox, but Nongshim looking pretty good in this one as Kellen is just going to die on the fountain. Nongshim will be able to tidy this one up at 31 minutes into the game. It looked like KT had a decent chance when it came to the compositions. They were keeping it even. These numbers and what we're able to be put up here as Bay was certainly chopping some people down, and the Jinx doing a very similar thing, as these are some sad numbers on
Let me just point out that Alistar out-damaged Gideon. Actually, it was Kellen out-damaged Gideon this game. And more than double the damage.
That's actually a really large number
Yeah.
for an Alistar.
Like,
I've seen Kai'Sa's do less damage than
Yeah, I mean, he actually approached the damage that Aatrox did this game. Like, he was only 3,000 off. What a great amount of setups, the pulverizers we saw from Kellen all game long. Really being a hero, turning several team fights that Nongshim were down a member on when they were trying to come in and take it. And Bay had a fantastic game too, highest damage in the server, but Bay is a player that we have really, I mean, just myself especially, have not been really high on, and to have a performance like this when it matters most, right before playoffs, could be the sign of a big turn for this player in his career. And I mean, it feels like the Orianna is where they're going to go. I like the Victor a lot more, though. You need more consistent damage output. We saw the last game. There was a big disconnect between the damage.
Oh, Yone is so much better,
though.
Lily has plenty of magic damage, and even Ezreal has a fair bit himself. Pick the Yone, try and take it. Bay in that mid lane.
This draft has serious identity problems, though, between the Aatrox Yone, strong skirmishing power to the early mid game, versus an Ezreal and Lilia that want to scale up later on.
Moving into this one, because Peanut really did have control of the jungle throughout the last game. Certainly a more fun draft out of KT. Let's see whether they can make it work here in game number 2.
Too much threat from Yone all-ins or trades, but you can't also be aggressive because of that. So, you know, it's a volatile matchup where I think Bay has sometimes been
that actually hit the minion that ripped through at Doran. Oh, the flash comes out and Doran survives.
If that spear hits, might be a different story.
It would have hit. It was intercepted by the roar of the Slayer minion.
Oh man, it would have been so close.
We have a look at this. Here's that roar of the Slayer that I was talking about.
One one of these goes poorly, if Noah's W doesn't hit, you know, you can actually find yourself having to flash.
I feel like KT are playing this very, very effectively, though. As there's the flash in from Kellen. They're looking for Zeus. He gets the headbutt back to try and deny Doctarm some damage, and the Rel is already dead. Getting in great position as Bay. I'm not sure about that one, mate. Dove's going to come through after his teleport and just swipe up the pigeon.
I hate to say it, but I feel like that's the most Babe move I've ever seen.
Oh, no. From the Lilia. We didn't really talk about that as Unbreakable Will here for Zeus. True Shot Barrage onto Kellen. Is this just a 2v2 kill? Looks like it could be, but no. Zeus in trouble, has to flash to get out. Noah still wanting more. It's almost just a Mystic Shot away of taking down the Horse Lady. Want to get Rich down here. Doesn't have the train, so that is going to be a dead Cloud. Although it did try to go back home, of course. Cloud Drake wanting to try and just get out and then get back in as the soul, as Clouds generally do. It's going to be a mountain next. We'll see whether it's going to be an ocean or an infernal. As now Doctarm going to have to rocket jump, does so. There's the sleep. Can Kellen body block effectively enough? True Shot Barrage tries to be blocked. Doesn't work like that anymore, unfortunately. And there's the Buster Shot, but it's too late. Gideon flashes, doesn't give him any choice. And now Kellen, this is not the equestrian competition you wanted to be in. As now Peanut looks for the spear, doesn't find it. And now he's 1 versus 3.
Noah, you know, could have gone to Gideon, but I think giving it to the Ezreal, definitely the better choice.
Wow, we're teleporting right underneath this turret. Doran could be in trouble here as Rich going to get the ulti down for the knock-up. Next one comes through, and that is going to be a kill going over to Doctarm. Brute force here from Nongshim. Good thing, but they will be able to just create some room for Shirley. And look at that, Gideon just leaves. He will get the plates as Noah, he's going to vacate as well. Mountain Drake should be available. And KT, I don't think that there's any chance they're going to be contested on this one. Doctarm's on the top side.
On that ward, you're going to lose half your health bar for it.
Yeah, Doctarm has been, yeah, this is going to be real tough. As Dove goes back to the Unbound Soul and takes the Tryst with him.
So well played. No, they're on the Drake.
Yep, Noah wants to be able to lifesteal off his minion wave. Does so actually quite effectively as the bowling ball lands onto Doctarm. Not the target you want hit by that if you're an Nongshim fan. Is now True Shot Barrage. Avoided there by Peanut, but now he's out of the way of this.
Oh, the sleep!
Yeah, the sleep is going to connect as Peanut's going to have to get out of position. The sleep was utilized. The Drake is now taken from KT, but the fight is on. Oh! Ulti from Dove is huge! Into the backline, and Doran finds the Tristana. He's likely to be taken down, but no, the World Ender gives him so much lifesteal. Rich is going to get hunted down. He's dead as well. The zombie ain't going to be doing nothing this game, and Nongshim get wiped at the Drake that they needed to take. In this comp, there's not a lot of peel as Rich is going to get that flash forward. They're looking for Noah. He's going to get put in the bouncy castle and taken down. Doran trying to get in there, but gets in a little bit too late as the sleep doesn't really do too much. Peanut tries to pounce to get himself out of the way. Does create a fair bit of distance and goes golden as Dove back to his Unbound Soul, but Peanut will be traded for the 80 carry of KT, and now we have
what the result might look like, especially if you're stacked up like this against a Yone ult. But Dove is not even here. He's like, oh, you guys are going to actually just get delayed. I'm going to get a turret. Yep. He's going to get an inhibitor turret, maybe.
Well, I mean, he's going to get the inhibitor turret. While Zeus dies, he's going to try and flash to get himself out. Sand Soldiers come on in. Doctarm gets another kill. Gideon still doesn't quite have the Lilting Lullaby back available, but
I think you'll take this if you're KT, though. I mean, look, you're going to get an inhibitor.
This is what we call 4-1. That's what we're doing. Before, unfortunately, trying to back in the jungle, though, and Doran does get caught by himself. He's now underneath an enemy turret that just spawned out of nowhere. And I mean, if Peanut finds him, like, Peanut is just dead.
Yeah, Peanut actually can't be here. You cannot be here.
He doesn't. Oh, he does have his Zhonya's back available. Uses it. Unbound Soul. Pretty counted in a lot of cases by that one as the ulti comes through from Dove. Gets himself out of the way. The ulti from Rich not going to land, but Roar of the Slayer does. He just looks like sandpaper, though. He's taken down so easily. Zeus gets on in there as well. Big pulverized as Bay tries to get out. Conquering Sense as well to get those soldiers back. Will get him the kill onto the cow. But now Kellen's running away, and Noah is just massive.
Where was this
quadra kill?
Where was this KT? For the majority of round 2, where was it?
It was on the charger, Wolf. On the charger. Needed to make sure that you had your batteries at full before they downloaded the new version. And now the new version has come in, and it's looking real good.
Game 3 is upon us, Atlas. What a great game from KT Rolster. I want to see more Dove Yone. 2-0-8 in this game. Noah had an early lead, and he just compiled it into a massive, massive advantage. That's all there is. We're going to a third game. KT
really did a fair bit, but I want to have a look at these Yone numbers as well. Yone not quite up there, but as we mentioned, Ezreal with almost double the damage of the Tristana that was funneled a lot of the resources. Shout out to Rich for doing the most work on his team.
And even with all the work he tried to do and all of the plays he tried to make, KT were just one step ahead all the way through. And their macro game was almost more impressive, because when you have a lead like Noah had, sure, you can expect him to do very well, but they played around the control of the Drake super well. They were able to continue to push and side lane effective. Orianna is consideration. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Oh, this is cool.
Okay, Senna Kench just later in the draft this time.
Yep.
And it's a Gragas that was flexed now into the top lane, and it's a very safe blind pick. I mean, you don't think of very many champions as being hard counters to the Gragas. And once again, we're going to see the Scion come through. It feels like KT are pushing back towards game number one stylistically here. Very difficult to execute. I mean, well, I would not say that's true in general, but for them it was very difficult to execute in game one. That's always the question with KT in round two, isn't it?
Yep, it certainly is. Gideon as well. Is he going to have a better performance on the horse this time around? And Kellen, now that he has the Alistair, will he be able to pull out another player of the game performance and bring his team towards the playoffs, right? Much less difficult as out goes the horse. That is a surprise party pony right there as he gets headbutted underneath the turret. There is, of course, a Devour available for him as Kellen almost goes down, but does manage to survive in the end. Dr. didn't even have flash available, but he's like, Renekton does this? Yeah, well, I'm Grag. It's even better. As Peanut dives on over, Gideon in perfect position as the teleport comes down. Dr. flashes, ults to get himself out of the way, but Kellen, the will is more breakable than he hoped. And that's a kill going over to Dove once again. First blood, teleport bottom lane.
This is really tough for Nongshim. Like, I don't think you can take this fight. They're going to try for it.
Yeah, Peanut's giving it a red-hot go. As fight on a couple of fronts here, but Kellen, he's going to get poked out. Noah actually doing a fair bit of damage as the Devour. Beautifully timed. The ultimate comes through from Kellen, but he's getting chunked down. Rich turns up, Doran does too. Dawning Shadow not quite enough there, as Kellen still has the ult for a little while longer. As, oh my goodness, everyone piling on to the Orianna as she tries to flash over the wall. Unsuccessful, and Gideon wastes no time getting onto this Cloud Drake.
I mean, Nongshim really wanted to fight this. They were out of position. They were not in a good place to take the fight, but they just forced it anyways, and now they're paying for it.
Yeah, in goes Doran, just executes Doctom. Now looking for Rich. He's not going to go down. However, KT easily take this one down. There's the Mountain Soul that you were looking for there, Wolf.
There it is. Not allowed to do damage in the fight unless the fight's over. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Doctom tries to ult himself out. Does successfully escape for now as the turret got very angry with Dove. Shockwave going to come in, pulls him back. And that's going to be Bay locking down that kill. Doctom almost dies as the Dawning Shadow. And Bay's not quite there just yet. It should be an advantage for KT as Gideon wants to try and get in here, make it a 50-50. Peanut locks down the Drake. Teleport comes in. There's a Shockwave onto two, but not exactly two priority targets, as now Doran has his pick of the litter of where he throws down the barrel. Kellen gets into the backline, and Rich surviving for so long. It's just the tanks that they're focusing KT. No, that's not what we wanted. As Doctom gets into the backline, and Peanut says, nah, sorry, mate. This is how it's done. Actually not, to be perfectly honest, but Bay, he's the one now chasing down the members of KT, locks up Doran, the Tahm-Kench is also dead, and look, I don't know whether we blessed it or cursed it, Wolf, but Nongshim are walking towards the Baron.
I think the Earth. Looks like they're going to give this up and push mid instead.
This is actually kind of cute. With the fact that KT did have such a good position, it means that Nongshim decide that they want to take an inner turret instead of risking it, and they throw Peanut in there to try to steal away the Drake. He does still have flash available. Oh no, just barely doesn't have the flash. Is now Rich off to the side. I can't believe they just let Peanut chill there for that entire time. The rest of Nongshim now trying to rotate over as Kellen is going to get turned on. Not exactly the target they want to hit as he gets thrown back into the team. Man Protect comes through. Dawning Shadow doesn't really do too much as now Scion takes the front line once again. Shockwave onto 3 is fantastic. Peanut now getting towards the front line, but KT are tanky too. It's so hard. Well, Gideon, he's going to get slowed down. There's the onslaught of Shadows, unable to be interrupted there by the headbutt as Gideon brings Peanut back. Can he survive this? It looks like the answer might be no. As Doctor comes on in, Peanut is taken down, and now the Kaiser completely out of position. Goes golden, but there are so many Sand Soldiers, and it's a double kill for Noah. In comes the Drake. Perfect timing for KT. This is what their comp is supposed to do.
This is what their comp is supposed to do, and now they're going to get this second Mountain Drager in at this moment in time. And this is, 30 minutes of the game now. KT Rolster in a position where they might be able to threaten inhibitors with this Baron buff, which is going to give them control of the map to take that potentially soul, the Mountain Soul there. So this is a huge turning point in this game. They need to win.
Yeah,
they win both.
Doran, he's looking like he has no fear whatsoever. Rich getting chunked now. He does get himself a big shield. There's the cast to come in, but Rich still sitting above half health. He's able to tank for a very long time, as you can see.
But he has
finally
to flash.
Flashes.
Yeah, he has to flash here. On Peanut, you've got to be careful about flanking like this.
Yeah, he's looking for the wraparound. I wonder whether he's just going to try and steal out the Drake from under their noses. I don't know about that one. As KT move on over, Doran sneaks into the brush.
Peanut just, he gets away.
Just a free Mountain Soul.
I cannot believe the things that Peanut has done in this series and gotten away with. I mean, in all 3 games, it does matter a lot for them too. It's not just about KT.
It increases their odds by a lot. As now, Rich is going to get interrupted as he tries to ult out. Shockwave onto 3, but the Emperor's Divide is going to put the Scion into an awkward position. Decent double knockup, but there's no follow-up. Scion ain't going to find it. Doran also, a bit of a party cast there as Rich was trying to get the kill onto Dove as his zombie self.
He's going to be all right. If we were respawning here for Nongshim, but without their front line, they just cannot fight, and this should be a Baron. Peanut's going to look for the 50-50, and that's all you can hope for, because unfortunately with no front line, this comp just cannot function. It is not going to work. And they don't even have vision.
Yeah, you can see Doran over the wall, looking for Bay right now as Dove comes in. Doc Dom's there as well. As you can see, Gideon going for a big old flank. Headbutt pole onto Doran. He's able to get out of there. Dawning Shadow just for good measure.
Just no tanking, no front line.
Oh my goodness, it's like 2 hits. 2 hits with some Sand Soldiers and then a smite and Peanut's dead.
And KT are playing this game so defensively with the lead they have. They just sit back under Azir turrets in the mid lane.
I mean, after what happened in the mid game, I do not blame them, right? They were very close to throwing this.
Mistake. You win that fight, you have Elder buff, you push to win the game too.
And they don't have the range to reach these siege minions as well. So War of Attrition obviously just going to be won by KT. As now they're looking to try and turn onto Doran. This is difficult. Gideon right in the area. Cask is decent. Doctorm now feels like it's his chance to go in. Shockwave lands onto nothing, but it doesn't matter. They lock down the Gragas. Now KT in a 4v5 after grabbing themselves the inhibitor in the mid lane. Now 40 seconds on the for the base. But the Elder goes down extraordinarily quickly as Rich. He's looking to try and stop some backs here as well. Bay teleports into the mid lane, and that's just an Elder for free.
I don't actually agree with KT's decision to do this because you're not going to get anything out of this. The timing of this doesn't work out because we're so late into the game. The Elder Drake goes down quickly. I think you had to
damage Bay as well.
You've got to get in there, KT. I mean, what are you going to trade the Baron for the Nexus? You're not going to get there anytime soon. Not even close.
And it just pops. Oh man, there was no way that KT didn't know that that was the case. As Peanut crits the red buff for a massive amount of damage. Yep, they do have empowered backs. As now the Tahm Kench is going to come on in. Gideon maybe overextended just a little bit there as the Phalanx being set up by Nongshim. Peanut into the area. Doran! It was like he threw it, but then tries to save it. Bay with the Shockwave is definitely good though. His thumb misses the Emperor's Divide. I don't think it's going to matter though, as KT looks so extraordinarily strong and Noah still stays alive. Rich looks for him as he has himself the Gargoyle Stone Plate. Can he get there? The answer is no, as Bay fighting against Zeus, who just licks him to death. That's the ace, and that will be the game for KT.
So much redemption here for Doran after that pick on the bottom side that almost cost KT the game. He has a huge flash cast play to turn things around, and KT Rolster's chance to playoffs, they are small, they are minimal, but they are alive here, Atlas, in this final week of regular season play. What a series! In the end, to end it, we're going to watch this one more time.
Just watch Doran, man. This is the guy that literally just died and gave up Elder Drake, and then he's like, nah, boys, don't worry about it. I got you covered.
And Gideon keeps everybody here. It almost looks like he's going to throw away their potential advantage here, but they're able to stop the backs with the Senna ultimate, and then look who comes through. Doran with the flash play.
Carries.
massively damaging the carries, forcing the res onto Duckdom, which means that he actually cannot do damage in this fight. While you're in res animation, you're not doing anything, and when he pops out, the fight is already over. Look at where Peanut is, completely zoned out, and what a heroic play from one of the players who has been stuck on this team. I mean, you think about where he was last year and where he is now. He was actually saying, okay, Nuggery's gone, I'm the best top laner in this league, and it's been a far cry from that here in the second round. But this final moment was all about him. Wow.
Reaching for a hug at the end there as we have a look at the post-game. Dove did a heck of a lot of damage, but have a look at the KT Dipper